All right, folks, let's Sky Mo here. Let me shut my door. Hold on. Sorry about that. Up until now, I've been silent on the Charlie Kirk assassination. Uh, and I really don't know what to say, where to start. Um, I've been listening, taking in all the information from everybody, and naturally I'm devastated. But one thing that really bothers me, well, there's a lot of things that really bother me, but about this, uh, I really don't know how to start this out. Um, since I quit doing my broadcast on um, armed radio, I've just been in the background for a while, and I haven't done much of this lately. Let me get my volume right here. Hang on a minute. Hold everything. Play that volume a little bit. But I see that yellow come up a little bit more without me having to stick my face all the way up in the thing. Hello, 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 hello. But anyway, y'all, just bear with me here. Bear with me. It's been a while since I've been on here. But folks, I just naturally I'm devastated. Might be a little too loud now. Like the rest of us right wingers are. There we go. It's showing up on the screen now. And I cannot fathom the level of hatred that you transgenders have for somebody. Turn this up a little dab here. I've seen the celebrations. I've seen them crying over losing their jobs. Uh, you know, I just wonder who y'all gonna try to kill next. Um, you call us fascists. You call Charlie Kirk fascist. When the very definition of fascism is assassinating the one that's talking because you don't like free speech. And it's not that you really don't like free speech, you don't like what they're saying. And everybody's, not maybe not everybody, but a lot of people, well, what's the motive? What's the motive? Are you that freaking stupid that you don't know what the motive is? It's really, really simple. The motive is because these transgenders, the gay community. Not all of them. Now, I'm not painting with a broad brush. But if you're a militant, murderous, transgender, or homosexual, or person in general out there that's on the left, you know who you are. It's not, the motive is we don't agree with you. We're not going to agree with you. We're not going to coddle you. We're not going to be silent, for sure. As a matter of fact, you've opened up a Pandora's box that you really didn't understand what you was doing when you done it. But the motive is simple. This killer, the assassin, didn't like what Charlie was saying. Because we don't condone your lifestyle. We do criticize your lifestyle. See, there's a hierarchy to all this madness that's going on. And it's called Satan. And there's professors in these colleges. There's other people in other places that is polluting the young mind and causing them to believe all this horse crap that they're believing. And some of you are turning murderous. There's a militant part of the left wing, Antifa. Now the transgender, your group, your kind has killed children in churches. You shot and killed somebody that done everything he could to reach out and to try to talk and reason with everybody. Charlie Kirk was a martyr in more than one way. Charlie was a martyr for Jesus Christ, most of all, for the gospel of Jesus Christ. There's no difference in Charlie's death than the disciples' death. No difference. Charlie Kirk was a martyr for the gospel of Jesus Christ. The same as the disciples that give their lives for Christ. No difference. And the second, Charlie Kirk was martyred for the Constitution of the United States of America. His martyrism is no different than everyone that fell in the battles of the Revolutionary War for America. That's how powerful his martyrism is. It's on the height of those two levels. Now, what's it, Robertson, whatever his name is? Where are your furry friends now? Where are your transgender friends now? You think that you done them all this big favor for killing Charlie Kirk? What can they do for you now, killer? Where are they now? Where is your friends now? Where's your boyfriend now? Assassin? Where's your transgender furry freak out community at now? Oh, they're reveling. Oh, they're reveling in your victory that you killed Charlie Kirk. But they don't give a crap because you are the one paying the price. You are the one that's going to maybe, hopefully, get the death penalty over this. I pray. No, I don't pray, but I hope. See, I don't want revenge. I want justice. I want to see you die by the same means that you took Charlie Kirk's life. I want to see you get a fair trial. I want to see you try to defend yourself. And then, if and when you're found guilty, I want to see a televised firing squad with you on the receiving end of that. That's what I want to see. Because to me, that's justice. The Bible says you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Well, and I'm going to believe that's what's going to happen. None of your little friends can help you now. You're a little mentally deranged. Uh-oh, what happened there? Oh my gosh, I just turned my mic on. I hope that picked up everything I just said. I've got to turn everything down. Oh my goodness. Hold on, people. It's been a long time. Been a while since I've done a serious broadcast. Oh yeah, I like this now. It got on there. But where's your little furry friends at now? Assassin? Which one is going to pick up the mantle next? Turn that down a little bit more. Turn that down. All right, here we go. Which one of you is going to be the next assassin? That's my question. Who's on your list next? You missed Donald Trump. You got a piece of him. And you're calling everybody else fascists? You know we're not fascists. You know we're not evil. You know that we're the patriots, but you just can't stand. You on the left that's militant. That's who I'm talking to. You militant left-wingers. You potential killers. Assassins on the left. You furballs, whatever you call yourself, Furbies, whatever it is. That celebrated, every one of you that celebrated the death of Charlie. In my mind, you're the potential next shooter. You're the potential next assassin. Because when you celebrate the death of a Jesus Christ-like man, he done everything in his conscience. He done everything in his heart to dialogue with y'all, to be Christ-like. to try to understand you, to try to bring you to Jesus, and you killed him for it. And you're calling us fascists? You know better. You are the fascists. You are the Hitlers. You are the Mussolinis of this world. The left wingers, Antifa, all of you thrown right in there. You're anti-American. You're fascists. You're militant killers. You're bloodthirsty. You love to see the blood of people like Charlie and President Trump. You love to see that bloodshed from people you disagree with because we won't condone what your lifestyle, your pedophilia. That's what you hate. You hate our message because our message brings conviction on you. Our message brings judgment on you when you close your eyes in death. You're mad and you're furious and you're bloodthirsty because we won't bow down to your perverted lifestyle. There's the motive. Nothing more, nothing less. It's because we don't accept your perverted lifestyle. These hierarchies in your movement that you have no idea who are, that's planted this seed for many, many years. And now you've been this way so long, you believe your own bullcrap. And the only thing you're happy with is bloodshed. You're the most miserable people on this planet. You don't want nobody to be happy. You don't want nobody to flourish. You don't want nobody to live a good biblical Christian life, to have children and multiply, and to hold up the standard of Jesus Christ. You don't want that. But you're nothing new. Let me tell you, perverts, something. You're nothing new. You've reared your ugly head in history before. And it's documented in the Bible. It's prophesied. It's prophesied in the Bible of who you are. You're nothing new. You're nothing to be held up as an example of a God-fearing society. You're full of hate. You're full of Satan. You're demon-possessed. When you get on social media and you mock God, you mock Christ, above all, you mock God and his son, Jesus Christ. Let me tell you something, and you listen to this good. One of these days, here's the thing. Charlie's dead now. And I'm talking to you militants that's on the left, you potential assassins. I'm talking to you mainly. You're not done with your bloodshed. You're not done celebrating the death of people like me. Because everyone you kill makes you even worse and worse because there's no satisfaction in what you're doing. Because you just make us bigger and bigger and louder in society. You know, a couple of weeks before Charlie was killed, it was prophesied that there'd be a heaviness come upon this nation, that there would be a heaviness come upon this nation. And no doubt God was preparing us for this. We didn't understand it, didn't know exactly what the Lord was talking about. But now we know exactly what God was talking about. You just shot your own self in the foot. One of these days, it's going to be you, transgenders. It's going to be you, left-wing extremists. And that's another thing. You call us right-wing extremists, especially the modern media calls us left-wing extremists. Or, I'm sorry, calls us right-wing extremists. If I'm a right-wing extremist for believing in traditional marriage, for believing in leaving our children alone, not mutilating our children. If I'm a right-wing extremist for believing that mother and father should be in the home, if I'm a right-wing extremist for believing in living a good, clean Christian life, if I'm a right-wing extremist for being a patriot and believing in the Constitution of the United States, if I'm a right-wing extremist for that, then so be it. There was a time in America where that was normal. There was a time in America when the biblical standards was held up across the board. But we've been hijacked. And I blame a lot of it on Republicans just as much as Democrats. These weak, no good for nothing Republican politicians, these go along to get along politicians, these weak, sissy professors in these colleges that didn't have enough cojones to stand up and against this bull crap. There's plenty of blame to go around, and it's a righteous blame too. Republican Party, let me tell you, don't need no more sissies. We've had our fill of the sissies in the Republican Party. No spine. Go along to get along pieces of crap. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna make a bold statement here. As a Christian, as a preacher of the gospel, I love you, even if you're militant and murderous. Oh, I was so angry and so hurt. I was hurt. When Rush Limbaugh died, I was hurt, but he died from a disease. Nobody could do nothing about that. He died from cancer. I loved Rush Limbaugh. And Charlie Kirk was taken out by an assassin's bullet. Tragedy that could have been something done about it. Because in my opinion, there are, I don't know, I'd venture to say there's at least 100 people knew Charlie was going to die that day. More of you knew about that. And now you're running like dogs. You're running like cowards. Those of you that knew he was going to die that day, oh, you're going to let your little assassin, you're going to let him take all the blame. You're going to go crawl under your freaking bed. Oh, I didn't know nothing about it. Oh, blah, 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 blah. The coward coming out of you now. Because you're not taking your blame of the responsibility for this, for not telling somebody, for not calling the FBI or the local law enforcement. It ain't ratting somebody out when you're stopping a cold-blooded assassin's bullet. It's saving a life, a dad, a husband, a son from being murdered. But you want to get on Facebook, you want to go on TikTok, and you want to celebrate. Let me tell you something. One of these days, there's an appointment every one of us is going to make, and that's called death. Whether it be by cancer, by a car wreck, by a whatever, plane crash, falling off a cliff. Let me tell you people something. You assassins, you bloodthirsty pieces of excrement. That's all I can explain you to be. I don't want to see you shot and killed. I do not want to see you go down like Charlie did. Charlie would not want that. I don't want that. As a Christian, I want to see you turned around. I want to see you saved. I want to see you come out from among that evil and realize what's happened to you, that you've been brainwashed, that you've been led astray. I want to see you become a righteous servant of God. That's what I want for you. I don't want to see you die a horrible death to where you're stricken with cancer or old age and you can't find this God that you so much hate, that you can't find no peace in your own death, that as you're dying from cancer or you're laying in a car wreck, breathing your last breath, not being able to find this God that you've denied and mocked for a big part of your life. I don't want you to be in that condition, but you know what? That's what's going to happen to a lot of you. Not all of you is going to see. Not all of you is going to see the consequences of this assassin's actions. Some of you are going to realize the consequences. Some of you are going to come out of this and see the horror that was done. Some of you don't want no part of this, and you're going to leave the movement. But there's a large part of you that's not. There's a large part of you that's going to go on TikTok, go on YouTube, go on whatever you have access to. And not only make fun of Charlie, but make fun of God. Mock his God. And when you need this God, when it comes time for you to spend eternity in heaven or hell, your wickedness will not allow you to call upon this sovereign God for forgiveness. I can't imagine lying on my deathbed and die in fear because I can't get a hold of this God that Charlie served. That's going to be some of your destination. That's what's going to happen to some of you. You're going to live your entire life in this filth, in this way of life, in this deceived condition. And when it comes your turn, you'll not be able to find this God that you denied and mocked. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes for millions of dollars. And you know, this would have been very hard for me to say the day Charlie was assassinated. But now that I've had time to gather my own thoughts and to gather up my own emotions, I love you. I care about you. I don't want to see you die and go to a devil's hell. I want to see you saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, and take your past and use it to benefit others, to pull others out of this deceptive perversion. That's what I want to see. I want to see this assassin himself. I want to see him repent, realize what he's done, ask God to forgive him and be saved, and the consequences will be what they are. I feel sorry for his mom and his dad, and there's still things that's going on. You know, I just had to get on here and say something. I've been silent all this time. And that's about all I know to say about it. I'm still angry. I'm still upset about it. You know, I'm old enough. I remember when John F. Kennedy was shot and killed. I remember when Robert F. Kennedy was shot and killed. I remember when Martin Luther King was shot and killed. I remember the time. I was a young boy. I was young when that happened, but I remember it. And the effect it had on the United States of America. You know, one thing us right-wingers are not is fascists. It makes you feel better calling us fascists. It gives you a license to do what you done. It eases your own conscience for being fascists, for being militant killers. This assassin, he ain't the only one. There's more among you all. There's more among you militant left-wingers. Who's going to be next? Which one of y'all is going to be the next assassin? Like I said, because those of you making fun of Charlie, you got on your social media and you cheered and you celebrated his death. Each and every one of you, in my mind, is the next potential assassin. That's the only way I can see it, folks. If you're that deranged, that bloodthirsty, that evil, that demon possessed, you've got to be the next assassin. If that's how I look at it. Which one of you is going to step up and be the next assassin? That's about all I got to say about that. I reactivated my Right Turn Talk channel here on YouTube. I don't know how often, but I think I'm going to fire that back up and get out here with some more right-wing commentary. I'm a Trumpster through and through. I'm a constitutionalist through and through. I'm a servant of God through and through. And I pray for you people. I pray for you. If you continue in your sin and your evil, wicked ways, it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to wind up. It's not going to wind up like you think it is. Just ask the assassin. If you had a chance to ask him. Didn't turn out the way he thought it would. But there's more going down with him. I believe that because I believe that a bunch of you knew this was coming down. But, stay tuned, folks, on Right Turn Talk. On my other channel, I'll be broadcasting. Anything political will go on my next channel. But I just had to get this out there. Whether you want to hear it or not, I said it. And I stand on every word I said. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. God bless President Trump. God bless Charlie Kirk's wife, kids, his parents, his family. Lord be with them. I love you. God bless you. I'll be back.